I was watching Beyonce's early career, not by choice. It was just in your face. Like it was in the building. Like, so it was right there. And then with Destiny's Child in the early stages, you see, it's a group, it's a thing. And then when she blossoms out of it, it turns into something that's even crazier. Like you don't miss the two other females being there with the record.
It looks like all the single ladies are staying home as Beyonce's Cowboy Carter tour, it is struggling to sell.
Fans and insiders are losing their minds as shocking reports surface about 50 Cent taking aim at Beyonce over her latest tour fiasco. The rumors claim that ticket sales are not meeting expectations, and 50 Cent isn't holding back in calling out the superstar for what some are calling the biggest flop of the year. Social media is ablaze with clips, memes, and reactions as the feud escalates, leaving fans divided and the music world stunned. Could this be a calculated move by 50 Cent to ignite controversy, or is Beyonce genuinely facing a public relations nightmare? Every angle is being dissected, from concert attendance issues to behind-the-scenes conflicts, and it's clear that no one is holding back. Everyone is watching to see how Beyonce will respond to this unprecedented public takedown. The tension is palpable, and insiders suggest that what started as a minor gripe could turn into a full-blown media spectacle. Stick around as we dive into every detail of this explosive situation, revealing the drama, the numbers, and the reactions from fans and celebrities alike. The music world was left in shock when 50 Cent took to social media and public platforms to openly criticize Beyonce over her latest tour. What began as whispers among insiders quickly turned into full-blown speculation when 50 Cent made several pointed comments about ticket sales and audience turnout. Fans were stunned, unsure whether this was a publicity stunt, genuine concern, or a full-scale attempt to undermine the Queen Bey's reputation. Social media erupted with reactions from every corner of the internet. Clips of 50 Cent's statements circulated widely, gaining millions of views within hours. Memes began popping up, mocking Beyonce's tour attendance, while supporters of the superstar tried to defend her, claiming that no artist is immune to occasional low turnout in certain cities. But the tension between these two hip-hop heavyweights was undeniable, and speculation grew about what might have triggered this public confrontation. Sources close to the situation explained that the issues with the tour were more complex than they appeared. Ticket sales, while solid in major markets, reportedly fell short in smaller cities and secondary venues. This discrepancy caught the attention of industry insiders, who suggested that a combination of ticket pricing, marketing strategies, and competition from other events may have contributed to the uneven attendance. 50 Cent, never one to hold back his opinions, seized on this opportunity to publicly critique Beyonce's management team, implying that there were serious missteps in planning and promotion. His statements were sharp, direct, and laced with the kind of confidence that has long made him a controversial figure in the music industry. It wasn't just a simple jab, it was a detailed dissection of what he perceived as a failure, and the world watched closely to see how Beyonce would respond. Beyonce's fan base, known for being fiercely protective, immediately rallied online. Hashtags defending her began trending, with fans arguing that no global superstar is immune to occasional miscalculations in scheduling and ticketing. Some pointed out that even the most successful artists have had tours with uneven attendance, citing examples from pop, rap, and R&B history. Yet, despite these defenses, the public criticism from 50 Cent carried weight. His influence and long-standing presence in the industry meant that his words could sway public perception and potentially affect future ticket sales. Analysts noted that when high-profile artists publicly criticize one another, it often impacts the narrative, whether or not the criticisms are entirely fair. The controversy didn't stop at social media chatter. Industry experts began weighing in, analyzing ticket sales data, and offering insights into how such a public feud could affect Beyonce's brand. Some noted that 50 Cent's approach, while confrontational, could actually generate increased attention for the tour. Controversy often drives ticket sales, and fans might be more inclined to attend out of curiosity or support. However, others warned that a prolonged public spat could distract from the artistry and the performances themselves, overshadowing the music with drama. Beyoncé's team, always strategic in handling crises, reportedly began considering how to address the situation without escalating it further. Public relations meetings and internal discussions were said to be intense as they evaluated the potential consequences of 50 Cent's comments on the tour's overall success. Meanwhile, the public began dissecting every aspect of the situation, from the language used in 50 Cent's posts to the timing of his statements. Analysts speculated that his decision to speak out now, during the peak of the tour, was calculated to maximize attention. Every social media post, every video clip, and every media interview added fuel to the fire. Fans compared past interactions between the two artists, looking for signs of a long-standing rivalry. Some suggested that this was a personal attack rooted in competition, while others believed it was simply an outspoken business critique. Regardless of the reasoning, the impact was immediate, creating a ripple effect across social media platforms, music news outlets, and fan communities. Insiders also shared that behind the scenes, Beyoncé's team was working diligently to address the issues raised. Strategies included adjusting marketing campaigns, offering promotional deals in cities with lower ticket sales, and re-evaluating scheduling conflicts that may have hindered attendance. Yet the challenge was compounded by 50 Cent's persistent public commentary. Every move Beyoncé's team made was scrutinized and interpreted through the lens of this ongoing feud. Media outlets covered the story as a narrative of conflict, framing it as a clash between two music icons. Each news article, social media post, and commentary video contributed to a growing sense of urgency and drama surrounding the tour. Fans began speculating about whether this confrontation would escalate into live events or social media battles. Would Beyoncé address 50 Cent directly in interviews or on her platforms? Would 50 Cent continue to post critiques, or was he content to let his initial statements speak for themselves? The uncertainty added an extra layer of intrigue, keeping the public engaged and fueling discussions on forums, fan pages, and news comment sections. The narrative had become more than just ticket sales. It evolved into a story about power, influence, and reputation in the music industry. Observers noted that such conflicts often reveal the inner workings of celebrity culture, where image management, audience perception, and media manipulation play crucial roles. Adding to the tension, several media outlets attempted to contact representatives from both camps for comments. Beyoncé's team remained largely silent, opting for strategic statements rather than direct confrontation. 50 Cent, on the other hand, seemed to thrive on the attention, using interviews and social media updates to reinforce his points. This dynamic created a sense of imbalance, with the public and the press eager for any sign of response. The contrast between a measured, controlled approach and a provocative, outspoken one made the story even more compelling, drawing attention from both dedicated fans and casual observers alike. As ticket sales numbers became public in some regions, comparisons were inevitable. Analysts began charting the attendance trends, highlighting cities where Beyoncé drew massive crowds versus areas with noticeably lower turnout. These discussions fueled 50 Cent's narrative, providing him with tangible evidence to support his critique. Fans debated the significance of these numbers, with some dismissing them as minor fluctuations, and others seeing them as signs of trouble for the superstar. The conversation shifted from speculation to data-driven analysis, deepening the sense of urgency around the situation. Amid all the chaos, the human element of the story emerged. Fans expressed concern for both artists, recognizing the stress and pressure involved in managing high-profile tours. Social media posts revealed a mix of support, outrage, humor, and disbelief, reflecting the wide range of public reactions. Conversations expanded beyond ticket sales to touch on broader themes: celebrity accountability, the nature of public criticism, and the role of social media in shaping modern fame. It was clear that this was not just a simple clash over numbers, it was a cultural moment highlighting the interplay between influence, artistry, and public perception. By the end of the first leg of the tour, the situation had escalated into a full-blown media spectacle. 50 Cent's comments had dominated headlines, social media trends, and fan discussions, while Beyoncé's team continued to navigate the fallout with careful strategy. Industry insiders predicted that the next phase of the story would determine the long-term impact, whether this would remain a temporary controversy, a public feud, or a turning point in how celebrity conflicts are managed in the digital age. Regardless of the outcome, one thing was certain: the world was watching, and every move, statement, and performance would be scrutinized as part of this high-stakes drama. As the tour progressed, the tension between 50 Cent and Beyoncé became impossible to ignore. Every concert, every public appearance, and every social media update was analyzed for evidence of either backlash or retaliation. Reports surfaced that some fans were holding tickets back, unsure whether to attend in the midst of the ongoing public controversy. The uncertainty surrounding ticket sales added another layer of complexity for Beyoncé's team, who were juggling the logistical challenges of a global tour while managing the narrative that had now become the primary story in the media. Some insiders suggested that the feud had shifted the focus away from the music itself, making the drama between the artists the main attraction. The narrative of the Battle of the Stars dominated entertainment headlines, overshadowing Beyoncé's performances and drawing attention to 50 Cent's aggressive commentary. Behind the scenes, tensions ran high. Members of Beyoncé's management reportedly held emergency meetings to strategize damage control. Public relations experts were brought in to advise on the best course of action, from issuing selective statements to leveraging positive press coverage to balance the negative narrative. Some advisors recommended responding directly to 50 Cent, but the consensus leaned toward maintaining composure, relying on Beyoncé's established reputation and loyal fan base to weather the storm. At the same time, Beyoncé's team quietly worked to identify the cities and venues where attendance was weaker than expected, deploying targeted promotions and special events to boost ticket sales. Despite these efforts, the media and public perception were largely dominated by 50 Cent's critique, and every move Beyoncé made was scrutinized through the lens of the ongoing feud. 50 Cent, ever the provocateur, continued to fan the flames. He released interviews in which he doubled down on his statements, offering detailed analysis of ticket trends and marketing decisions. His critiques were precise, pointing out perceived failures in scheduling, promotion, and pricing strategies. Social media clips of his commentary went viral, sparking debates across platforms and dividing fans. Some agreed with his perspective, citing numbers and previous industry examples, while others condemned him for publicly attacking one of the biggest names in music. The polarizing nature of 50 Cent's statements ensured constant engagement, drawing attention not only to him but also inadvertently to Beyoncé's tour, illustrating the complicated relationship between conflict and publicity in the entertainment world. Amid the media frenzy, some celebrities weighed in. Analysts noted that industry peers often use public statements strategically, either to promote themselves or to leverage controversy for personal gain. Several insiders speculated that 50 Cent's attack was not merely a personal critique, but also a calculated move to position himself in the spotlight while subtly undermining a competitor's success. Celebrity responses ranged from support to criticism, adding to the multi-layered narrative that now encompassed fans, media outlets, and fellow artists. The story became a case study in how high-profile conflicts can dominate public discourse, often eclipsing the actual work being discussed. For Beyonce, the situation presented both risks and opportunities. On one hand, prolonged media attention on ticket sales and public critiques could harm her brand if left unaddressed. On the other hand, the controversy generated massive engagement, with fans and casual observers alike paying closer attention to her tour than they might have otherwise. In response, her team began crafting messaging that emphasized the artistry, production quality, and fan experience of the tour, hoping to shift the focus from attendance numbers to the exceptional performances she was delivering. Exclusive behind-the-scenes content, interviews highlighting her dedication, and positive press coverage were strategically released to counteract the negative narratives fueled by 50 Cent's commentary. Social media platforms became battlegrounds in their own right. Memes, reaction videos, fan debates, and influencer commentary dominated feeds, keeping the story alive and trending. TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter were flooded with posts dissecting every statement, performance, and public appearance related to the feud. Fans created elaborate threads comparing ticket sales, analyzing video clips, and speculating about future interactions between the artists. The virality of these posts ensured that the story remained a hot topic, and every new update was met with immediate reactions from the public. The conflict had evolved into a cultural phenomenon, illustrating how digital media amplifies celebrity feuds to unprecedented levels. Meanwhile, insider reports hinted at possible tension within Beyoncé's team. Some members reportedly feared that 50 Cent's ongoing commentary could have lasting implications if the public began to perceive a pattern of mismanagement. Meetings were reportedly intense, focusing on contingency plans and damage control strategies. Despite the pressure, there was a collective understanding that Beyoncé's reputation and artistry were assets far stronger than any temporary negative headlines. Her team worked tirelessly to maintain professionalism, emphasizing consistent messaging and strategic engagement rather than reacting impulsively to provocations. Interestingly, the feud also highlighted the generational and stylistic differences between the two artists. Beyoncé, known for her meticulous planning, polished performances, and disciplined approach to public image, contrasted sharply with 50 Cent's more direct, unfiltered style. The clash of personalities added drama to the story, capturing the fascination of fans and media alike. Analysts pointed out that such dynamics often make conflicts more compelling, as audiences are drawn to the tension between discipline and provocation, control and chaos, reputation management and public confrontation. The narrative extended beyond the artists themselves to the fans, who played a central role in shaping public perception. Loyal supporters of Beyoncé launched campaigns to defend her, highlighting her accomplishments and emphasizing the quality of her performances. Meanwhile, 50 Cent's followers celebrated his boldness, praising him for calling out what they saw as weaknesses in her tour strategy. The fan-driven discourse further fueled the controversy, creating an ecosystem where every statement, social media post, or news article was immediately evaluated, shared, and debated. The sheer volume of engagement made it clear that this was no ordinary industry disagreement. It had become a public spectacle with global reach. Amid all the chaos, the focus began to shift subtly toward long-term consequences. Analysts speculated on whether this feud would influence future tours, collaborations, or public relationships within the music industry. Conversations emerged about the potential impact on sponsorships, partnerships, and brand deals, as brands often monitor celebrity conflicts closely when considering endorsements. The implications were far-reaching, extending beyond the immediate narrative to affect broader aspects of career management, marketing strategy, and industry perception. By the time the second leg of the tour rolled around, both artists had established clear approaches. Beyoncé's team focused on reinforcing her brand strength and ensuring high-quality performances, while 50 Cent continued to assert his critique in the public sphere. The interplay of action and reaction maintained public attention, making every new city, concert, or public statement a continuation of the unfolding drama. The story had moved beyond a simple dispute into a complex narrative of reputation, influence, and media strategy, captivating fans and analysts alike. The culmination of these events left audiences eager to see what would happen next. Would Beyoncé respond directly to 50 Cent, or would she continue to let her work speak for itself? Would 50 Cent escalate his criticism further, or was his strategy complete? Every new development promised to reshape the conversation, illustrating the ever-changing dynamics of celebrity culture in the digital age. Fans, media, and industry insiders alike knew that the next move could redefine the narrative entirely, keeping the suspense alive and engagement at an all-time high. As the tour entered its final leg, the tension between 50 Cent and Beyoncé had reached its peak. Each concert became more than just a performance. It was now a stage where public perception, media narratives, and celebrity influence collided. Fans scrutinized every detail of her shows, from stage production and set lists to crowd reactions, searching for evidence that either supported or contradicted 50 Cent's earlier claims. Analysts and journalists dissected attendance numbers city by city, turning the tour into a case study in both success and controversy. Social media continued to buzz, with clips, memes, and commentary flooding feeds, ensuring that the feud remained at the forefront of entertainment news. The public's fascination with the confrontation grew, making it clear that the story had transcended the music itself and become a cultural spectacle. Reports emerged that Beyoncé's team had implemented new strategies to maximize attendance in remaining cities. Special promotions, VIP packages, and surprise guest appearances were introduced to boost ticket sales and reinvigorate fan enthusiasm. These efforts, combined with the media attention generated by the feud, created a curious effect. In some locations, attendance actually improved, suggesting that controversy can, paradoxically, drive engagement. Yet, the shadow of 50 Cent's critiques loomed large, reminding the public that even global icons are vulnerable to public scrutiny. The combination of data-driven decisions and high-profile drama underscored the complex interplay between artistry, reputation, and business strategy in today's music industry. Meanwhile, 50 Cent continued to leverage the controversy to maintain visibility. His social media posts, interviews, and public appearances reinforced his narrative, often with sharp commentary that reignited discussions about Beyoncé's tour performance. The timing of his statements seemed calculated to coincide with key tour dates, ensuring maximum exposure and engagement. Fans debated the ethics and intentions behind his actions, with some applauding his boldness and others criticizing him for publicly targeting a peer. The ongoing dialogue between supporters and detractors highlighted the power of celebrity influence in shaping public discourse, demonstrating how a single voice can dominate media narratives and fan perceptions. Beyoncé's response, while measured, was equally strategic. By focusing on her artistry, delivering unforgettable performances, and engaging with fans through social media in positive ways, she managed to shift the conversation toward her strengths. Exclusive behind-the-scenes content, interviews emphasizing her dedication, and storytelling around her tour production allowed fans to connect with her work on a deeper level. These efforts were critical in countering the negative attention from 50 Cent's critiques, showcasing the importance of narrative control and proactive engagement in managing public perception. Her ability to maintain professionalism and focus on her craft despite external pressures reinforced her reputation as a seasoned and resilient performer. The feud also shed light on the business side of the music industry. Analysts noted that public disputes, while risky, often generate significant attention that can impact sponsorships, brand partnerships, and media coverage. For both Beyonce and 50 Cent, the story offered lessons in audience engagement, brand management, and media strategy. Beyonce's careful navigation of the situation contrasted with 50 Cent's more aggressive approach, illustrating different ways to handle public scrutiny and conflict. Industry observers highlighted that, regardless of personal dynamics, the outcome of such high-profile controversies often depends on strategic communication, timing, and audience perception. Fans continued to play a pivotal role in the unfolding narrative. Online communities debated ticket sales, performance quality, and the legitimacy of 50 Cent's claims. Some fans mobilized campaigns to support Beyonce, emphasizing the quality of her artistry and defending her tour against criticisms. Others celebrated 50 Cent's outspoken approach, praising his willingness to challenge a major superstar publicly. The polarized reactions created a feedback loop, where social media discussions amplified the conflict and ensured that it remained a trending topic across multiple platforms. The public's engagement demonstrated the growing influence of fan communities in shaping the trajectory of celebrity controversies, highlighting the dynamic relationship between audience, media, and celebrity. Behind the scenes, internal dynamics within Beyonce's team were tested. Coordinating logistics, marketing, and public relations while managing the ongoing narrative required a delicate balance of strategy, timing, and crisis management. Team members worked tirelessly to address issues such as venue attendance, media coverage, and fan engagement, all while maintaining the integrity of the tour experience. Their efforts reflected the complexities of managing a global entertainment brand in an era where social media amplifies every statement, every critique, and every rumor. The experience also underscored the importance of resilience, adaptability, and strategic foresight in navigating high-stakes situations. As the final dates of the tour approached, the feud began to show signs of resolution, though the impact of the controversy lingered. Analysts noted that the heightened attention had, in some ways, benefited Beyonce by driving engagement, increasing awareness, and keeping her tour in the public eye. However, the public debate surrounding 50 Cent's critiques remained a reminder of the challenges that come with high-profile success. Even the most accomplished artists must navigate scrutiny, opinion, and rivalry, often under the relentless gaze of the media and fans. The situation exemplified the dual-edged nature of fame, where visibility can be both a powerful tool and a potential vulnerability. The culmination of the tour also offered a chance for reflection on the broader implications of celebrity conflicts. Industry observers highlighted how social media, public commentary, and strategic communication influence not only audience perceptions, but also commercial outcomes. The interaction between 50 Cent and Beyonce illustrated the intricate dance between criticism and defense, visibility and reputation, strategy and spontaneity. For aspiring artists, managers, and fans alike, the saga provided insights into the ways in which public narratives are constructed, amplified, and sometimes manipulated, revealing the hidden mechanics behind celebrity controversies. Ultimately, the story of 50 Cent and Beyonce's public feud over tour attendance became more than a simple dispute. It evolved into a narrative about influence, media dynamics, and the interplay between public perception and professional success. The conflict demonstrated how strategic communication, resilience, and audience engagement can shape the outcome of even the most high-profile controversies. It also highlighted the power of social media in magnifying disputes, creating opportunities for both critique and defense, and ensuring that every action, statement, or performance is subject to public scrutiny. As the dust settled, both artists had demonstrated their respective approaches to managing public pressure. Beyonce through artistry, professionalism, and strategic narrative control, and 50 Cent through bold, provocative commentary and media engagement. In the aftermath, entertainment analysts and fans alike continued to debate the implications of the feud. Some argued that it was a temporary media spectacle that would fade from memory, while others suggested that the clash had lasting effects on industry perception, brand strategy, and fan dynamics. Regardless of the interpretation, one thing remained clear. The saga had captured the attention of millions, offering lessons in influence, resilience, and the ever-evolving dynamics of celebrity culture. The story would continue to serve as a reference point for future discussions about public feuds, strategic communication, and the intersection of artistry and media in the modern entertainment landscape. As the final curtain fell on the tour, Beyoncé's team could take pride in having navigated a highly volatile situation with skill and poise. The story of the feud, the ticket struggles, and 50 Cent's public critiques had become a defining moment of the tour, not necessarily for the reasons originally intended, but for the lessons it provided about managing fame, influence, and audience engagement in an era dominated by social media. For fans, the journey offered drama, suspense, and insight into the high-stakes world of global music tours, leaving a lasting impression of how public perception can be shaped, challenged, and ultimately managed with strategy and resilience. If you've been following this explosive saga between 50 Cent and Beyonce, you know that the drama isn't just about ticket sales or social media posts. It's about influence, power, and how celebrity culture operates in today's world. Now it's your turn to weigh in. What do you think about 50 Cent's public critique? Was it fair commentary on a business decision, or did he cross the line by attacking one of the biggest stars in music? And for Beyoncé, do you believe her strategy of focusing on artistry and fan engagement was the smartest way to handle the situation? Or should she have responded more directly to defend her tour? Your opinion matters because discussions like these drive how we see celebrity actions, media influence, and fan dynamics. We want to hear your perspective in the comments below. Which side are you on? Team 50 Cent or Team Beyoncé, and why? Share your thoughts about the impact of social media on celebrity feuds and whether public criticism like this helps or hurts an artist's career. Did the controversy affect your perception of either artist? And do you think the drama surrounding tours, ticket sales, and media coverage has become as important as the music itself? Engaging with these questions not only adds depth to the conversation, but also helps the community explore the broader implications of celebrity influence and audience perception. Don't forget to like this video if you found the breakdown of the feud insightful, and subscribe for more updates on the latest celebrity news, music industry drama, and high-profile conflicts. We cover everything from shocking revelations to behind-the-scenes insights, keeping you informed and entertained. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of the action, whether it's another explosive statement from 50 Cent, an official response from Beyonce, or fresh developments in this or other celebrity stories. By subscribing, you become part of a community that stays ahead of the curve on entertainment news and gets exclusive analysis that you won't find anywhere else. Finally, share this video with friends and family who love music and celebrity news. Discussions like these are more fun when everyone participates, and sharing keeps the conversation alive across social media. Your engagement helps support the channel, allowing us to continue bringing you in-depth, accurate, and entertaining coverage of the hottest stories in the entertainment world. So jump into the comments, hit like, subscribe, and share. Let's talk about this dramatic clash between two music icons and what it means for the industry, the fans, and the way we experience celebrity culture today.